gonna send some compliments your way, Tex. So prepare
Oh,
yourself.
no.
Yes, get
All
ready.
right.
Get ready to get uncomfortable. So I admire what you do because, and you talked about this on your podcast, and part of it is that you create what you want to create, and you don't give a shit about anything else. And I think that's incredibly respectable. Because I think I don't want to butcher this, but you had mentioned something about, I don't know if it was a relative of yours that talked about the old radio DJs or radio shows they used to listen to, and how they were still memorable to them to this day. And your sort of approach to be like, I'd rather make something that I really want to, that I'm really passionate about for a small number of people than have 1 million people see my stuff and forget it the next day.
Well, right. It's better to do a goddamn great job for 10 people and really get to know them and appreciate them and their feedback and grow as a person than it is to create a meme that's seen once and discarded like tissue paper.
Yeah. I think what's great about what you do is you're obviously very passionate about what you do, and you've found also a collection of people that are also just as passionate about the content.
Hugely so.
What a great community, right? Like,
of course.
It's unbelievable to me to be able to find that stuff and to be able to create what you want and have that community that really appreciates what you do.
I was talking to Doug about your podcast and just about your in general, like what you do, and I think you kind of embody that that advice that everyone gives is do what you love to do what makes sense to you, and you will find your audience. There are people out there who will like it. It might be niche, it might be huge, but people will find, like-minded people will find what you're doing, and you'll find that audience. And I really think like what you're doing is the embodiment of that.
I appreciate hearing that. And the reason I look at it this way is if you want to be mainstream, it's very easy to be mainstream. It's very easy to talk down to people. It's very easy to boil yourself down to the lowest common denominator. It's very easy to play video games and fake jump at scares. It's very easy to do all of these things that are so very, very popular right now. But every time you do that, you sell a little bit of that genuine bit of your soul. And if you guys right now as a podcast wanted to talk about trending political news or the biggest drama that you could find or this or that, I'm sure you would have fame, but you would cease to be who you were. Right. And the people who appreciated you for you would move on. And all you would have left is that shadow of yourself.
God damn, that's poetic.
Poetically said, yes.
Because I mean, we've had that because our podcast format is random as hell, right? Like we just talk about whatever, like
right.
And so like it's hard to be like, how do we take this and package this if we were to, right? To get kind of gross with it, right? How do we package this and be like, who wants to sponsor what we do? Because we're all over the place. It's like, what's our demographic? I'm like, I don't know, some people out there. But what I love about what we do is it's honest. It's something that we every week we come in, we're like, what do we feel like talking about? And we've gotten a little more organized with it nowadays, which is good. Special thanks to Slotty for helping us stay organized.
I would say you're on the right path because if you're doing something earnestly and honestly with 1,000% of your effort and you're driving yourself from that place, the success you will find is going to be honestly won, and it will keep you humble, but it will also reward you with true friends and real associations. And you will know that deep down you didn't take the easy road. You didn't take the quick payoff. You built something wonderful. My grandfather told me that if you put down a brick a day, you will have a house by the end of your life.
I love that. I absolutely love that.
This is inspirational, man. Like I knew this was going to be a good podcast, but I wasn't expecting this, and it's awesome.